Hi, I'm Stephanie Robin of APNPI, Accredited Professional Newborn Photographers International, and I'm here today with Rachel Brenke from the Law Tog to talk about issues that pertain specifically to newborn, maternity, and baby photographers. Hi, Rachel. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. Thanks so much for joining us.
Of course.
So I think most of us who aren't, law educated, it can be kind of scary.
Yes.
Yeah, to think about writing up a contract. Now, if I were to write my own contract, would that be legally binding, or is this something that you should have, checked with a law office, that you should have, I don't know, notarized, or I'm not sure what the proper term would be here, but something.
So the answer you'll get from the majority of attorneys is they'll tell you have a lawyer drafted. That is true. However, I really understand and appreciate that a lot of people who are newer in business, they're bootstrapping it, they're looking for cost-effective ways. They may try to go write their own. And the unfortunate problem with that is you'll end up spending more money on a lawyer to help get you out of a situation in the end. I've seen it happen. I hate making my money that way. I hate playing cleanup on aisle 4. I have to bill for my time, but I dislike it. I much prefer when people are more proactive and they try to protect themselves by getting the document drafted properly in line with your business policies and procedures that make sure it's legally sufficient and that you're able to understand it and explain it to the client. Those 3 things are really important. So I say all that to say, yes, you need to have a lawyer drafted document. But the thing is, you shouldn't just be walking into any lawyer's office. You need to go to someone who understands what's going on in the industry, that has a pulse, that is inquiring to you about how your business is run, because your policies are integrated within this. You don't want it to just be some standard one that everyone uses. At the Law Tog, we do offer resources, and when I write them, I try to offer a couple different options. And I do that with my legal clients as well. We talk through a lot of business, policy, and procedure stuff before we ever get to the contract, because it all needs to be memorialized together. Yes. And that also circles back around to the buyer's confidence. We want to keep the client's confidence through the entire relationship. If something in the contract is different than something that you told them or that you're physically doing, they're going to be confused and their confidence is going to start shaking. So my recommendation on all of this, I know the easy answer is say go to a lawyer, but I want you guys to be a little bit more involved than just walking in the door. Find someone that's in tune with the industry, like I said, someone that is really interested in your business procedures and policies. But before you ever reach out to an attorney, I strongly suggest that you sit down and draw up and think about issues that you may run into. Trust me, if you can't think of any, pop into a Facebook group. You're going to see plenty of issues that other people post about. Write down how you want to be protected. What's feasible in your business? Someone may have a 1-week turnaround, but you may have a full-time job and kids and family and know that 4 weeks makes sense. The reason I suggest sitting down and writing all this ahead of time is because when you go to a lawyer, it's going to do a couple of different things for you. It's going to save you time and money because you're going to have to end up giving them that information anyways. So it's going to save you time and money there. It's going to give that lawyer a better perspective on what's going on in your business, and you are in control of the conversation at that point. Because if you have an attorney, and it's unfortunate, but it happens in all fields, not everyone is the best, right? Not everyone is in it to win it. And so you may get attorneys who just want to write out a standard template and give it to you and not really make it fine-tuned. If you take something very specific, you're going to see how they engage with that. And how they respond and discuss that with you is going to help you make the decision whether or not that's even someone you want to work with. Because you don't want to just get your contracts, go through this whole process. You're going to follow and make a checklist from this video, check the box and never come back. Hopefully, and I encourage you, is that you're going to get all of this lawyer drafted, lawyer reviewed. I mean, you can even draft your own stuff before you go in and have them shape it up for you. I really recommend don't going that far. Just kind of bullet point these ideas because they're going to write the proper legal language. But I want you to keep in tune with this yearly, because as your business grows, your policies change, your pricing changes, your perspective changes. And you want to keep your contract updated. So coming in at the very beginning, having all this information and being in tune with the type of lawyer and the person that they are is really important to set the foundation, because you're not just seeing them once, you need to be seeing them on a routine basis.
Absolutely. So when you're looking for your lawyer, is there typically, do people give consultations so that you don't have to pay out right?
Well, and yeah, it depends. It depends on the business. And so my recommendation is to go to a specific business attorney who works on contracts. As licensed attorneys, we relatively can work in most fields, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I should. Like, because I'm licensed, I get to medical malpractice, but my extended knowledge of that is watching ER on TV or anatomy, right? So you want to make sure that they're a business lawyer that works on contracts on a regular basis. And also, like I mentioned earlier, that they understand the industry, because I have lawyers call me all the time who have photographers come in the door and they're like, I don't understand this. And unless you're in the industry, you may not understand why photographers ask a certain thing or why clients of photographers push back on certain things. And it's an education process. So if you can try to find someone who already has that education, then it's going to result in a quicker, more efficient, and better product in the end. But it's not always the case. There's not a lot of lawyer photographers out there. I'm willing to talk to any of them and try to help them, so you can send them my way and I can consult with them. Business attorneys in general they may give a free or low cost initial assessment. Like at our firm, we do a $99 assessment, but it's not just like if you come to us for contracts, we'll talk about your business plan, everything, your business formation, kind of like we talked about a little bit ago, choosing a business name. We'll talk about all of that and basically give you a checklist of what we think you need to work on. Doesn't mean you need to hire us for all of it, but just know that that assessment from us, at least, I can't speak from other attorneys, in that like paid consultation assessment time will basically give you your entire legal wish list that you need to work on.
I really appreciate the time that you're spending with us today to go over some of these very important elements that all photographers should be considering. So thank you again for joining us.
Thanks for having me.